As we continue here on From the Press Box to Press Row, and the new album, Top 5 Dead or Alive, is in stores now. And it's, of course, done by my next guest, who, as a matter of fact, is a legend. Should be in the top 5 when you talk about rappers of all time. He is one member of the Lox. He's also a monster on the East, but huge in the South. He's the one and only Jadakiss. He joins us here on From the Press Box to Press Row. Kiss, welcome back to the program.
Donal, what's up, brother? What's going on, man?
I'm real good, man. And I got to say, and we'll talk more about it, the album is number 1 on the hip-hop charts, man, which is awesome. But I got to start here. And I know the last time we talked, it was around Game 7 of the NBA Finals a couple of years ago. Kobe Bryant is, obviously has announced that he is going to, in fact, retire. Your thoughts? I know you're a big sports fan. Your thoughts on Kobe and where you would place him in terms of your all-time great players?
I think Kobe is going out, as his body is telling him to go out. You know what I mean? I think all the greats, it's hard for them to just kick back from the game like that. But you know what I mean? I think it's always better when you do it on your own special time, as opposed to an injury making you, call it quits or something to that nature. It's always better if you can leave healthy and, enjoy his next business endeavors, whatever they're going to be.
Sure. Yeah.
It definitely go down in history. He's definitely going to the Hall of Fame first ballot. He's definitely going to get, everything he's supposed to get.
Sure. I mean, it now is Kobe on Jadakiss's top 5 of all time?
Yeah, I will put Kobe on there.
Okay. Who else? Who else you have up there?
I'll put Kobe on there. MJ on there. Magic Johnson on there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Nice.
Dr. J on it.
There you go. I like it, man. Old school. They throw Kobe. I mean, because Kobe, definitely, no doubt about it. The one and only Jadakiss joins us here on From the Press Box to Press Row, and I'm listening to the album "You Don't Eat." I like the shop talk. That's really hot. Just talk about that. I think the last time we had you on, this album was sort of this album was a long time coming, right?
I mean, the title, I put the name of the album out a long time ago. You know what I mean? But I didn't necessarily have no music from whenever I first announced that this was going to be the name of my 4th album. So it might seem like a long time coming, but that's not really the case.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no. And, with that, I mean, Jadakiss, and again, just listening to the album, why such the long time? And I was reading a couple of articles where you talked about maybe even doing an album in May of next year, May of 2016. Why such the long time in between albums? Your previous album dropping in 2009, of course, The Last Kiss.
I had twins. For one, I had 2 twin boys. You know what I mean? So I had to make sure that everything was good with them, getting them right. And then besides that, I just wanted to get my staff and myself, abreast and aware of the digital takeover. You know what I mean? I wanted to get all my digital ducks in order and make sure my social media was able to work for me, opposed to working against me. And besides that, it was just a couple of things I had to tighten up with Def Jam. And I think that was all in that matter of time. But I'll never do that again. The way the game is now, you can't take that long of a break. That kind of gaps are not tolerated. So I'm definitely blessed took that long off and came back and still caught the #1 hip hop album, #4 overall. So
Yeah.
I'm happy I was able to do that. Now it's time to keep working, baby.
No, absolutely. I mean, Jadakiss, what does that mean to you? I mean, to your point, and I want to talk a little bit about you being sort of the linchpin between the golden era of hip hop and now maybe the only one that's still really doing it really big. But what does that mean to have taken, or to not to taken? You haven't taken time off. You've still been very relevant. You continue to be relevant. But what does it mean to have dropped an album 6 years ago and then come back 6 years later and still have the #1 album?
Oh, that means a lot. That just shows how connected you are sonically, you know what I mean, to the culture, to the people. And it just shows that it shows that I'm in tune with what's going on.
Yeah. No question. The one and only Jadakiss joins us here on From the Press Box to Press Row. Follow him on Twitter at The Real Kiss. Of course, get the album Top 5 Dead or Alive. And I mean, you brought up a great point because, I mean, with the digital, and I had a chance to review the album digitally, by the way, but I definitely want to get the album itself. I'm one of those kind of, I'm early 40s, so I'm still into buying the music, you know what I mean? And was reading an article where the stores were sold out with your album. How have you been able to adapt with the change of music, especially from a digital perspective?
I've been able to adapt easily. I mean, not really easily, but somewhat. It's been not that much of a rough transition because, like I said before this album, I was getting myself aware and, doing the knowledge on the whole digital thing to get ready for the album rollout. So that helped me a lot.
Let me take you back. The song "Letter to Big," and I mean, it was one of those lyrically. I mean, it was obviously dope. One of the things I thought you spoke about was maybe not being recognized like you should be. Quite frankly, that was 6 years ago when that came out. Do you feel like you've been underrated throughout the course of your career?
Sometimes I feel like I get snipped or, for some things, but I think that's all a part of that's just making my story that much better. You know what I mean? You get back what you put out, and I'm willing to work every day hard, till it's over. So it'll make the book and the story that much better.
Yeah, no, I never thought about it that way. Absolutely right. Jadakiss is top 5 of all time, right?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I'm definitely in a discussion, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. To be in a discussion is a blessing within itself. So, I would definitely say I'm in that discussion. You know what I mean? In the most part.
More recently, man, I've had a couple of high-profile greatest rappers of all time come on this show, and both of them said they don't really rate themselves per se. I mean, but that's not true. I mean, those. I'm not revealing necessarily who those guys are, but I mean, if you do what you do and you gotta feel like you're one of the best, right? They're not exactly being straight. Would that be fair to say?
Nah, they're definitely being straight because I feel like that too. But even when I pick my top 5, I don't put myself in there. The people, I got that name from the people, so it ain't like that's something that I just came out of nowhere and started saying, "Yo, I'm top 5." They started calling me that, and you know what I mean. That's where it comes from. Somebody has to put you to that status. So, it's good for every artist or athlete or any competitor, any type of competitive nature to think that, you're supposed to be the best or feel like you're the best.
What does it mean?
But,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it comes from the people, like your status or your nickname or whatever, them type of individual accolades have to come from the people. You know what I mean? And then you just live up to what they're calling.
A couple of more thoughts, and we appreciate the time. The one and only Jadakiss joins us here on From the Press Box to Press Row. Again, being the linchpin between kind of the golden era of hip-hop and now, what does that mean to you? And can you also speak to how you've been able to maintain not only longevity at a very high level, but also to maintain your relevancy?
I think the longevity parts of it is just due to the humbleness, never thinking bigger than the culture, or never putting yourself in a bubble. And the relevance is just, yesterday I did 2 features. One was with Mr. Fab from the Bay Area, and one was with Little Reese from Chirac. 300 for the 300 mixtape. So that's just showing you my versatility and diversity. That no matter #1 album in the country or not, I'm still showing love to demographics such as the Bay Area, doing stuff with Mr. Fab, and I'm still always hood with it, doing a joint with Little Reese. So that things like that keep the relevance and the longevity at the same time.
Sure, and then having, maybe the hottest record of 2015 arguably could be We Them Boys. You have Wiz Khalifa, who's obviously hot on your, obviously on your album. So, that is great and allows you to maintain, of course, that relevancy as well. You had a New York City with the Locks, right? So you and the Locks still cranking out the tight joints, right?
Yeah. We're going to drop a Locks album soon now that my solo is out. Chic album come out this Friday. Silverback Gorilla Part 2. And, we got some time on our hands now to finish up the Locks album. So I could look for that in the near future.
And then lastly, Jadakiss, we appreciate the time again. The album Top 5 Dead or Alive, released, of course, by Def Jam. Give us your top 5.
My top 5 in no particular order. The Notorious B.I.G., Jay-Z, Nas, my brother Styles P, and Tupac.
All right. I know I know you're probably tired of answering that question, but definitely all very tight. The one and only Jadakiss joins us here on From the Press Box to Press Row again. Cop the new album, Top 5, Dead or Alive. Follow him on Twitter at The Real Kiss, as the one and only Jadakiss joins us here on From the Press Box to Press Row. Jadakiss, we appreciate the time, man. Continued success in all you do.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for your time. I appreciate the love. Yep. What's up, y'all? You know who it is. The D-Block General, Top 5 Dead or Alive. Your boy Jadakiss, and right now you're listening to From the Press Box to Press Row with my big brother Donal Ware.